was really hoping that things would get better, and it didn't. So, because we had two callers that called in, and it was, one got dropped. It was a gentleman, and the other one was a lady. And the problem was, Marianne could hear her, but the caller couldn't hear her. So as a result, I had to tell the caller everything that Marianne was saying.
Yes, you
And
did a good job.
well, I tried the best I could, and then when Marianne dropped out twice, I tried to carry on the conversation with what she had said to explain to people what was going on, and because you can't have dead airspace on the air, it just doesn't work. And Jeannie, if you're listening, please call in on that other number so we can see if both numbers work at the same time. Or maybe you have a friend who would like to call in and just say hello, because I picked up a second number so that we can figure out whether this works better, because I believe that call-in programs are a good way of doing things. For example, if you had one or two of your caregivers who wanted to ask you a question, you could do it live through Spreaker and Skype, and they can call in. They don't have to give their name, but they can just ask you your question.
Right. Yeah. I was going to call in Wednesday, but I wanted to, give other people a chance to call in.
Well, I think you should just give it a shot, because you never know. Okay, I'm going to try the other number and see what happens.
I had so much static that the show was going in and out.
Yeah, well, it was a really bad thunderstorm going on around here.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Hello, are you still there, Bessie? No, I knocked you off. Okay, Betsy, are you still there? No. That is no good. Plus there echoes. All right, we can get rid of me. Oh. That's Robert. Betsy?
Yes.
Well, I got to tell you, you were cut off when I called in.
Oh, just now.
Yeah. Did I lose you, or were you still there?
I was still there, but I thought maybe I was on hold.
I did not put you on hold.
Okay.
Did it sound like that you were on hold?
Yeah. Like I didn't hear you talking to the other person.
Ah, so maybe you can only answer one call at a time, which means that people have to wait. They can call in, but if somebody else is talking, then you're put on mute. And then I have to go back to you. But that's still good to know.
Yeah, that's good to, try different ways of, doing the call.
Yes, I think so. Because I had an idea, and I thought, I bet there'd be a lot of people who would be interested, so why don't you tell me? I was thinking that if people wanted to learn how to be a DJ, that for maybe $25 they can come on and field questions and talk for 10 minutes about anything they want to, as long as it's appropriate material, but also get the opportunity to host and to answer somebody's question online so they don't get flustered.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
think?
that would be a good idea for somebody. Sure.
I think so too, because a lot of people think it's so easy to host a live show, and it really isn't.
It's not. It isn't at all. I mean, I wouldn't think so, because you're fielding questions and you're, and you're at the mercy, of course, of the internet. If it drops or your host gets dropped. I had a call. I did a show the other day. The woman was calling from Cyprus, Lillian. I had a great connection.
I'm delighted to hear that, because we're really picking up countries over there. Has Jeannie told you we're now up to 120,259 people who are looking in at Passionate World Talk? And we're up to 2,330 unique visitors?
Wow.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes, and yesterday it was at for page views. It was 84,419. So we increased by 35,000 additional listeners who came into the website.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's
and then
cool.
Yesterday we were at 2,007 for unique visitors, so we're up to 2,330. So we increased by 323 unique visitors. So I think that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. Lillian, well, I have you on the phone. I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
I have two questions. Some guy, he's with AUDRY podcasting thing to bring podcasters together. And he saw my show on Apple Podcast. And he was asking me how many viewers I have and what country is the most viewers. And I said, well, I don't know that information. I would have to find out. Is there any way of me knowing that information, or am I allowed to give out that information?
You can tell him right now, just on Spreaker alone, you have 440 downloads.
Okay. Download on Spreaker. Okay.
And then you can tell him that we cannot give him an accurate number for individuals at the moment. All we have are the total that we have. But from what I've seen of the stats, your show carries about a third to a half of the people coming in. So if you tell them, for example, that we had 120,259 people coming in yesterday, and you're a third to a half of the attraction of why people are coming in raw figures, and you can tell them it changes every day because the stats are changing all the day, that you get about 60,000 people coming in and listening. That ought to keep them quiet for a while.
I'm going to stay to shock. How much did you say, Lillian?
60,000. That's half. If we have 120,000 coming in, 60,000 of them are listening to you, or coming in and listening to your program. You're a very, very big draw.
I almost fell off my chair.
I mean, the only person who's equal to that is the station, PWTR, and we bring in over 1,000 downloads every day. So I think that you can tell them your show has been up, for 6 months? 7 months?
This is July. 10 months.
10 months. And in a 10-month period, you have 60,000.
Wow. I'm gonna
That ought to, as they say, keep them quiet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to write and tell them that. I was invited. I'm so excited about this, Lillian. I was invited to a caregiver's social, and I'm one of their guests.
Good. See if you can get them to give you a testimonial so we can post it on your webpage.
Oh, okay. I'm going to.
And with that testimonial, you should put it on your email.
Don't know how to do that.
I will show you how to do that. I mean, okay. I was raised by a mother who said, if you got it, flaunt it.
My mother said the same. My mom said the same thing.
So I think that you have to flaunt what you've earned and let everybody know that you're a big bad mama.
Oh, thank you.
Look, you took care of a husband. You're taking care of your son. I want to know who's going to come and take care of you.
Yeah. Nobody.
Oh, don't say that. We'll take care of you. Not a problem. I'm in the take care of business myself. So you have to show everybody that nothing's going to stop you and you have more than enough ability to go forward.
Oh, thank you, Lillian. You just made my day.
Well, you gotta get up on the rooftop, girl, and shout it.
You just made my day. I'm just completely floored because never in a million years, Lillian, would I ever would have thought I would be public speaking. Definitely, I was way too shy. And for me to call up strangers about, interviews is something that I never would have thought I would have done, even 5 years ago. But I love it. I really, it's my passion. And
well, you can see your glow, and that's what counts, your glow.
Yeah, I'm just very passionate about it. And sometimes, I do my own chat. Like, I think I'm going to do my own chat maybe tomorrow on grieving. Because in talking to other women, it's something that needs to be addressed.
Well, if you want to tomorrow morning, if you like, we could do a live chat thing for you.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow morning if you want to. And I'm sure people are up in the morning to listen to it, or if you want to do it later on in the afternoon, we could do that too.
Oh, okay. What time would it be tomorrow morning?
Well, what time would you like to make it? 10?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. You're going to be on the audio. Nobody's going to see you.
Oh, on the audio. Oh, okay. That might hear wet. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, if you want video, I can put you on video too. There's not a problem. We can do it through StreamYard. Excuse me?
Oh, it's okay. Oh, you know what? I gotta get used to that. I'll do StreamYard. I don't know
So we'll do StreamYard. Okay. Video. Betsy. Let me have your email. I'm sure I have it, but let me have it again. I put things in strange places and I never find them again. Bad habit.
It's Sloan, S-L-O-A-N.
S-L?
O-A-N.
Okay. Wait a second. S-L, this is terrible. S as in Sam?
Yes.
L is
L is
in
in
Lee.
Lillian.
Okay, Lillian. Okay,
O is in Oscar.
right.
A is in
Ant.
Andrew.
Okay,
And N as in Nancy.
got it.
Betsy, BETSY,
Yep.
31 at gmail.com.
Okay, you got it. 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
StreamYard. And of course, I'll create it now to let people know that you're coming. Ha ha. Coming to take them away. Ha ha.
Yeah. People, I don't know if you came across this, Lillian, when your husband passed, but I feel that the impression I get from other women is that, after the funeral, they think grief is going to be boxed up real nice and neat in a little box, and that's not how it happens.
That doesn't happen. His anniversary is September 24th. And
Wow.
I still grieve. I'm still grieving.
Yeah.
It's just one of these things. I really believe the longer you are with a guy, the more that they kind of leave an imprint on you when they pass.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad or whatever, they still leave this imprint on you. And that it will stay with you for the rest of your life. It's not anything that's going to fade away or go away. It'll always be a part of you until the day you die.
Absolutely. True. I have to share this story with you. I was getting Matt's glasses ready Sunday to donate. And I didn't think it would hit me that hard, Lillian. I cried myself to sleep. I just got so emotional giving away his glasses. And I said, okay, this is the way I feel. I'm going to go with it. And I know I'm not ready to clean out his closet. I'm just not ready. So I'm not going to do it.
When I went through all his stuff, I cried the whole time. And it was the most difficult thing outside of natural childbirth to do.
Yeah.
Let's see, I cried when I was giving birth to Ben, so it was about the same in that respect. But, there are just some things that are printed that sear your soul.
Yes.
And you can't really do anything because it has become a part of you.
Yeah. Yep.
And though everybody grieves differently, I really believe that if you truly loved your spouse, that a part of him will always remain with you. I mean, you can keep it hidden, if you, but and you'll go on with your life. But the fact is that it's like having PTSD. The memories don't go away. They just keep coming back. And in a way, they do haunt you.
Yes. You see, because you've experienced that, Lillian, and you can relate.
Yes.
But women who haven't lost their spouses, they don't understand that.
Well, they don't understand why it's a big deal.
Right. And I just think that I don't know why, I don't know how it is in Europe, but I think here in America, we're not taught to grieve, and we're taught to, shove it down and get back to work because life goes on. Yes, life goes on, but you don't get over it, you get through it.
You get through it.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah, and they don't understand, too, that it's a very potent feeling, and for some women, it takes a long, long time for them to step out and apart from their husband, because when they were married, they became a one unit, and now they're a separate unit. And that's something else people who haven't experienced grief understand.
Yeah.
Your identity
Yeah.
gets absorbed up with your husband's, with your spouse, with your girlfriend, however you want to look at it. And when that person dies, that identity also dies, and you're kind of left in this empty shell that you have to step out from and recreate who you are. Because you're no longer a we, you're an I.
Absolutely true. And I think, I told Jeannie this. I thank God that Jeannie and I connected because doing this show with Jeannie and having my own show is what kept me focused near the end of Matt's life. And I felt guilty at first that this good opportunity was happening for me while Matt was dying. And then someone told me, your journey is your journey and Matt's journey. But because of Matt's journey, I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
It was really hard to separate that, Lillian. It was like, why do I feel blessed as my husband is dying, but these good things are happening to me and for me? And it was, it's a mixed bag of emotion. For sure,
it's
so
difficult.
Grateful.
And then you have your son to care for now.
Yeah.
And that's going to take more emotional strength from you.
Yeah. That's for sure. And this pandemic really is bad for him because people who have special needs, they love routine. They're very comforted by their routine.
And their routine is disrupted.
Yes, totally. Totally disrupted. And that was compounding that with the grief from his father dying. And it was really tough for Josh, but he's getting a little better. Father's Day was really rough for him. That's for both of us, actually.
Yeah, it was. It was for me, too. And I just have Labor Day to get through, and then I'll be at the 1 year mark that he's passed. And that's supposed to be easier, but I don't think so. I just think that it's a loss. And it's hard to readjust after you've been adjusting all these years to live with this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, people to the younger people, the millennials, and probably the ones all the way up to 50, it's very cut and dry. And I don't think it becomes more complicated until you hit your 60s and realize, and you're more empathetic to what your parents went through. Because when you were in your 30s and 40s, you couldn't understand why they were acting the way they were and they should do this. But now that you're older, you find that you can understand and be more empathetic with them when they lost their spouses.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think you have a lot of food to grind and chew out tomorrow. And we can put something out on Facebook with the call-in number, and so you call in on the host number, and if people want to call in on the other number, now I know that what happens is that you're not cut off, but you're muted, so the person can come in and talk, and then they're off at once that they need to ask the question and get off the line, and we'll have to say that. And then you'll come back on. So now I have a pretty good idea what to do. And hopefully we won't have the problems that I had on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm doing a dry run with Marianne tomorrow, if you're interested, at 11 in the conference room. Do you have that number?
No, I don't.
Okay, get a piece of paper, slit your finger. Catch the blood with your quill. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
The number is 712-770-5344.
Okay.
And the PIN number is 599481#.
All right.
And we're going to try it that way. So do you have that?
Okay, let me repeat it. 712-770-5344.
Yes.
599481#.
Yep. Can't forget that.
Okay. And that's 11 o'clock?
And that's 11 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. And she's doing a show?
What you need to do is a conference room, so it's still audio. And what you're going to do is call in and ask a question.
Oh.
And see if she can do it better with the, oh, cribbit. All right, 17, here we go. Well, that began 15038. That can't be right. Excuse me, I'm talking to myself. Don't mind me.
That's all right.
It's like when I had the two numbers with Jeannie, I had to say, wait a second, I need to figure this out, and I'll call you back. Sounded like the village idiot for about 20 minutes. It happens. Okay. So, and if you know of anybody else who would like to ask some questions of Marianne, it's what we call a beta test, but we wanted to try it. I mean, she really wants to do it live, and I really do wanted to do it live with her, but I think I understand what the problem is that you can only have one phone call going in at the same time. Although at the top of the screen it says add to call, and I'm not quite sure what that means, so I'm going to have to check it out. But at least I now know that I think it's better that I have the host on one number and the call-in people on the other number, and that way the host can remain muted while other people call in and ask their questions. And it'll just have to work that way.
Yeah, I already have a question in mind for Marianne.
Good.
But I wanted other people, I didn't want to, you're going to laugh. I don't want to be like calling in every week asking questions. I want other people to join in.
I gotta tell you, I think it's good that you call in every week, because I found that when one person does something, the herd usually follows sooner or later. And the other thing is, it'd be good because then you become like you're a standard, like Johnny Carson and his sidekick.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that sounds terrible, but I think it's a great idea. And I bet you can get other people to be stand-ins for you, because I think it'll let people know that this person really knows what she's doing and saying, and she has a repertoire of dedicated nurses who will call in and be on stand-in in case they need her. And I think that's quite a compliment, and I think the audience will believe that as well.
Yeah, and I have to. When I first listening, excuse me, to one of Marianne's podcasts.
Okay.
I was on her podcast last month, I think.
Yes. Yes.
And
I know she's really eager. She tells me she's getting a lot of questions from Facebook. And that was one of the reasons I said, well, this conference room seats up to 1,000 people. We shouldn't have any problems. But the fact of the matter is she really would like to do live, and I want to encourage her to do live because I think it's good. And because it gives you the ability to learn how to answer questions or field questions that you don't know about ahead of time. So you have to be able to answer them. And you can only answer them if you have that accumulated experience, expertise, and knowledge.
Right. That's right.
So it makes a big difference. So now that we know what we need to do, you can report back to Jeannie White and tell her what we learned today. And I think she'll be a happy camper.
Yeah,
I'm a happy camper because it finally tells me what went wrong. In this way, it's not so much she was disconnected on Wednesday, but she was probably muted, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, the saying you live and learn. Because Judy sent me the number. She goes, "Can you call Lillian?" And I said, "No." She gave me the number. I said, "Okay." That you were working on something, and I didn't know if I was calling it.
I'm always. Oh, let me tell you, I'm working on a new kind of video, and once I figure out how to get remote people on, I'll probably call you on. It simultaneously goes to this social media. It goes to. It's on my notes somewhere. Where are they? Here. It goes to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twist, Restream, and Switchboard all at the same time while you're doing a live video.
Wow.
Yes. And it does a lot more for you. That's what I'm sort of working on today. I mean, I was supposed to be on vacation this week and last week, but it's more like I'm working. The only difference is I'm not interviewing, and I think that I can interview like maybe 2 weeks out of every month, and the rest of the time we'll be learning new things because we constantly have to learn new things in order to stay competitive.
Yeah, that keeps your brain, stretching.
Well, I can tell you my brain is definitely stretching.
Mine is. So I'm tech. I am not tech savvy. I can tell you that. I'm just not. But I'm learning. Hey, I'm getting the knack of email. I'm proud of myself.
Well, I find that the younger generation, my grandkids' age, my little 7-year-old, knows things intuitively, which is scary.
Yeah, I know the kids in the preschool, they cracked me up because they would say, "Oh, I have an iPad, Miss Betsy," and you do, and they were telling me all the stuff that they do, and I'm like, amazing.
Yeah, you go, how nice, because I know that when they have their own kids, they're going to have their own feelings of befuddlement.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that. Unfortunately, I won't be around, but it'd be nice to see them put in the same position we're being put in now.
I'm amazed when I see these kids text with 2 thumbs because I just could only do one finger. My brain doesn't work
I only
that way.
do one finger. I find that works best.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Lillian.
No. I tried using the 2 thumb method, and it felt very awkward, so I figured, well, forget this.
Yeah, I didn't even try it. So you're one up for me because I didn't even try it because I just can't work that way.
Yeah, well, don't worry. It is doable. So I think I got my answer. Thank you very much for calling. People, if you want to get involved with Passionate World Talk Radio, you can text me at 484-364-1032. Email me at lsc@passionateworldtalkradio.com. And if you want to see a lot of stuff, go over to https://passionateworldtalkradio.com, and there you'll find Chatting with Betsy. Betsy is a nurse, and she formerly took care of her husband who had Alzheimer's. Her son has a learning disability, but he's doing great guns. So thank you for joining us. Betsy, any last words to the audience?
Yes. Acknowledge how you feel and don't let other people's opinions get to you. Just be kind.
And remember, don't shake hands. Do the elbow bump, which I learned today. Yes, well, what can I say? Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Thanks.
You're welcome.